Who are you? Who do you think that you are? Whenever you ask your friends and family, who do they think that you are? What do you spend all of your time trying to be? And what do you put most of your time in trying to make yourself, that word called happy? You've been spending a lot of your time chasing money, okay? You've been trying to chase relationships. You don't know if you should break up with him, even though he's hitting you. You think it's love, but you're manipulated, and he's a narcissist. You spend so much of your time trying to make yourself happy, and you're so confused because you make a lot of money. You have everything that you thought would make you happy, and you're reaching for other things that you think is going to fill that void in your heart. But you keep on being disappointed because those things that you think that you thought were going to fill that void in your heart, it was a temporary satisfaction that melted away within seconds. You are not satisfied by the things that you're getting because those things are not soul food. Those things are not soul food. Those are physical things that will satisfy you temporarily, and they don't even satisfy you. They get you excited for a couple minutes whenever you get that new bag or that promotion, but then sooner or later, you're making enough money and you're doing everything that you thought was right compared to the world. You thought you were doing it correct, but you're still empty. You're still trying to get a man in your bed to fill that void that you have. You still are trying to fill these things within your spirit by these things that aren't going to fill your spirit. And you are losing your identity of who you are by trying to fill those voids with things that weren't meant to fill those voids. Before I was a Christian, I had people ask me, who are you? What is your purpose? And I said, my purpose is to be happy. Okay, and I said that, but I didn't really know what my purpose was. I didn't know that I didn't know that God actually cared about me. I didn't know that salvation was this thing that anyone can receive. I didn't know that my life could be changed by God. I did not know that. I believed in him off and on, but I didn't know it was as personal as it is. And I thought I knew the purpose of life, but I didn't, because we lie to ourselves. You lie to yourself all the time by what the definition of life is and what the purpose of life is. You lie to yourself. You tell yourself that you're in control. You tell yourself that you control it all. You tell yourself that you're in control of your finances, that you're getting that money, that you're in control of everything, your health, everything, when you're not. You are temporarily. But if it's your time to go, God, you have no idea what your future holds. It's just crazy how much we give ourselves pride for things. Your health could turn in a day. You could be diagnosed with stage 4 cancer tomorrow. I could be diagnosed with stage 4 cancer tomorrow. I don't know. I pray you don't, but that's a reality. That's okay for a lot of people. We're not in control like we think we are. It can switch any minute. And the thing that destroys your life is the comparison game, because you sit here and compare yourself to all these other people, trying to justify why you're feeling like you're feeling, when it's because you're comparing yourself. And you know, Satan creeps in and he will tell you these lies of the culture, like you have to look like her, you have to dress like her, you have to do this, you have to do that, when that stuff is a lie. And if you ever come to know who Jesus is, if you ever come to know who God is, your life will be changed and your outlook on everything will be changed. It doesn't mean it's going to be easier, but it will be changed. Because you are a product of God's love. And people say, well, I'm not a religious person. I don't want to get tied in with the religion. It's not about a religious thing. Society separates it as a religious thing. Do you love your family? Do you love your friends? Well, love is God. God is love. So therefore, you can be a believer. And the thing is, we give ourselves so much pride, but the thing is, we don't control anything. And you can't do anything. You're doing it now because God is giving you the strength to do it. I'm getting through everything that I went through, not because of me. I don't have any strength. We don't have any strength. We have strength because God gives us strength. And it's whenever you surrender yourself to Him. And you're going to surrender to something. You're going to surrender. At the end of the day, before it's time to leave this earth, we're all going to surrender to something. You're going to either surrender to money, your ego, lust, pride, fear, doubt, self-destruction. You're going to surrender to something. You're going to put most of your time in something. And if that one thing isn't God, then you are paving your deathbed. You are preparing yourself to die. You're not going to live eternally. And life without Christ is not even worth it. Like, the things that you have to do for acceptance in society and the comparison game, that is not how we were intended to live. We were not made to just poof, vanish, and then pay bills, die, all about ourselves, separate people, get in fights. That's not why we're here. That's not why you're here. You were here because you have a plan and a purpose for your life. And someone named God, Jesus Christ, loves you so much that He made you. He knew that you were going to be in existence before your parents even met. And some people have self-love problems. Like, whenever I first heard about the news of God, I clung to, it's Isaiah 43:5, I think it's, I have traded others in exchange for you. You are precious and I love you. I clinged on to that so bad because I never felt loved before. I was never loved like that much, like I never felt loved. I never was told that much. I felt unwanted, and I read that scripture and I just clung to it because He is precious and He loves you. And you can feel His love. We are designed to worship our Creator. Okay, you are designed to worship our Creator and believe in Him and ask Him what to do with your life and all this stuff. And that's why you call out to Him whenever you're in crisis, because we are designed to go back to Him. And you are made for a bigger purpose, okay? You are made for a bigger purpose than just to come on the earth, pay bills, die, work, get in fights, gossip, do all this stuff. You don't know what your purpose is. You were created for a purpose, and you have to love on people, and you have to be the light that God is shining. God needs to use you as a light so that you can be the light to lead other people to Christ, because so many people are hopeless. You're hopeless, and you feel empty, even though you have a boyfriend and all this money and whatever, this and that, and you still feel empty. It's because you're not connected with God, because we are spirit beings. These bodies were only given to us so we are able to work in a physical world. It's mind-blowing. He loves you so much. Okay, and that's why we have to love each other, and we have to encourage everyone to get back in the Word. And you have a specific plan and a specific purpose for your life. But you need to evaluate what you're doing and why you're doing it. If you're doing things for the wrong intentions, you need to stop. If you're hanging out with the wrong people, you need to love them from a distance and cut them off. I've had to do that. And people say I'm not a religious people are like, I'm not a religious person. I can't love Jesus. I can't accept God into my life. He is the creator of the universe. He can handle your problems in your life if you let Him. He created the world. Okay, He can create the problems that you have in your life, a solution for them. And people are so scared to be labeled as religious or Christians, and that's how I was before. But if you don't like it, then you can stop watching this video. If you don't like it, then you don't have to hang out with me. If you don't like it, then you can delete me. Because I am a Christian and I love God and I want to experience what God has for my life. And you do too, and you are just confused about it. And I hope this speaks to some of you. And you are just important. You're so important. And we need to love on other people. We need to be nice to other people and treat them as brothers and sisters in Christ. And if you lose friends because of it, if people start gossiping you because you're following God's will and they think that they're right, then let it be. You let it be, and you love them from a distance. You pray for them, you encourage them from a distance, but you do not step in that boundary again. Okay? We forgive, but we don't forget what happened because we don't want to be pushovers. Just because you're a Christian, that doesn't mean you're a stumbling stone. That doesn't mean you're a pushover. You know, you're called to be a bold human. You're called to be a loving human. God is love. God loved the world so much, he gave his only son. He loves you so much that he sacrificed himself for you. Don't you think it's time to live a purposeful life with meaning and with love, not lust? That means that you might have to break off that relationship with that person that you're living in sin with. Because you don't have to be accepted by giving yourself away. You don't have to be accepted by giving your body to someone that will only be with you if he does that. A true man will not expect that from you. A true woman will not tempt you. We must keep our eyes clear and our mind unclouded by lust so that we know if it's really of God or not. Your body is a temple. Do not let people in this society destroy it. And don't let Satan creep in your mind and tell you that you're not worthy, because you are, sister. Alright, so I love you guys, and God loves you too. My next video will be on psychics, mediums, and fortune telling, and how it's totally bad. So I hope you guys have a great night. I love you guys. Send me prayer requests and I will pray for you. If you have video requests, let me know. And how do I shut this off? Super.